Suresh, I want to start with you. Given the pause that's been put in place, how is this going to affect supplies and vaccine distribution within your network right now?
It's certainly a setback, but we still have significant supply of Pfizer and Moderna that we continue to be able to vaccinate the community with. This is a critical moment, and certainly we're very eager to understand how long this pause is going to last. But for right now, it's not affecting our ability to vaccinate in our community at this time because we have significant supplies of the other vaccines still coming in. But as we look forward over the next month or two, this could have significant ramifications. Yeah, Dr. Miner, I'll put the same question to you in regards to Stanford. And I'll also layer on top of that, what would you say to folks, especially maybe women that are in that age range, that 18 to 48 age range, who have been vaccinated by J&J in recent days, recent weeks? How would you counsel them? What are doctors within the network saying to those folks right now?
Well, first, we at Stanford have received comparatively fewer doses of Johnson & Johnson than we have of Pfizer and Moderna. But in general, we have the capacity to vaccinate far more people than doses of vaccine we're receiving. So we are concerned about this pause. Certainly safety has to come first, but we want to be able to administer vaccines as quickly and effectively as we can to a larger population. And we're set up to do that as soon as we can get the doses. In terms of recommendations for anyone who's received the vaccine, but in particular women who've received the vaccine, who develop headaches, who develop bleeding beneath the skin, these are symptoms that should prompt a healthcare professional to be contacted and investigated to see if those symptoms might indicate something more severe.
Suresh, I'm curious, do you think that the FDA and CDC's action will help those who feared getting vaccinated already to do so, or actually engender more fear on the part of those who perhaps had been hesitant to get the vaccine?
That's the million-dollar question. I think that overall, this is a critical moment. Each part of the country is in a different place. I mean, Dr. Miner is reflecting on the experience in Northern California, and we're at your University of Iowa Healthcare here in Iowa City. And I think that supply here continues to be strong. But as Dr. Miner says, there's still a lot more vaccination that we'd like to do than we have supply. But I will tell you, here in Iowa, we're beginning to reach the first populations where we're beginning to see significant vaccine hesitancy. And I hope that we can continue to get two messages out. One is that millions and millions of Americans have been vaccinated and that the rate of side effects have been very, very low, just as we anticipated. Mm-hmm. But it's good to be in a country that does take safety very, very seriously. And at the first sign of any challenge, there's a pause. And it's really important to talk about this as a pause, not necessarily as a final decision to cease emergency use authorization. So I think that it's really important that we get that message to the public so that they understand it.
All right. We've got 1 minute, Dr. Miner, because we're up against the end of the show. But I'm just curious. I mean, if federal regulators, if this pause only lasts, say, a couple of days while they investigate, is that enough time to instill confidence in the public, given the fact that there is likely a fair amount of hesitancy among folks that have not yet received shots?
These vaccines as a group are among the most safe and effective vaccines ever developed. And I think we have to get that message out. I think the pause was a rational thing for the FDA to do, but I have confidence in our regulatory bodies to look carefully at the evidence and make recommendations accordingly. And people need to be vaccinated.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.